Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to Like a Doll's Eyes. Been gone for a while. Now I'm back with a big special piece. The Prime One Batman Noel uh, statue. Almost called it a premium format, but it's not. It's by Prime One. It's a 1/3 scale statue, and it's pretty impressive. Now, I'd be lying if I said I was like completely satisfied. But what I'm not satisfied in is things that you just can't help. And it's things like the fact that it's 1/3 scale. It's hard to display. I mean, I got this displayed on its own big shelf. I can't really display anything else with it because it's so darn big. I mean, my other stuff is all 1/4 scale, so I can't like put my other Joker with it or Superman or anything. He's just a little too big. So I have a couple choices: either just keep this one single piece or get a couple pieces to go with him. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But that's really my only complaint. Is he? Well, we'll get into like the price and everything else in a little bit here. But anyway, let's just talk about the piece. So this came in the mail today, and it's big. I mean, I kind of knew about how big it would be and everything else, and it still kind of surprises you once you get it all put together how big it is. It's very well done. It's really well sculpted. The detail is spot on. Looks very much like the artist's work. I can't say Lee's last name, but Bermejo, something like that. I don't know. But the artist who wrote and did the art for Noel, and he did the art for the Joker, as well as other a couple other Batman stories. But anyway, Prime One did a fabulous job with this, and we'll just talk about it. We'll start at the bottom here with the base. So you can see the base is done very well. I like that it's not just another gargoyle. I like that it's got an angel here. The angel actually just kind of pops off. She has a magnet on there. I'm going to be honest, it's not the strongest magnet, but I mean, she's not going anywhere unless you bat her around or anything like that. Then you got the boots. Uh, there's some weathering on here. Looks very good. Kind of hard for the phone to pick up. Um, but it's got like little subtle weathering here. It almost looks a little like what do you call it? Salt and snow. Like he's been walking on the streets after they've been salted and everything. Very cool looking. Very well done. Good detail. Going up, you can see his bat suit. Done very well. A little bit of being beat up here and everything. He's got some damage done. The cape. The cape is very cool. I love the cape. The cape is probably a highlight of this piece. Well, the whole piece is a highlight. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know, but I think it's real leather. I don't know, and it's got the wiring in it, and you can do some very dynamic displays with it. So I really like how they did the cape. That's really nice. The belt, fully sculpted. Everything on this except for the cape is fully sculpted. The belt actually doesn't look, almost looks like you could be able to take it off, which is very cool. The little pieces here, they're very fragile. I don't want to play with it too much, but they got a little bit of give, but they're still sculpted. It's not any kind of multimedia uh, material or anything. So done very well. Again, we got the suit. Again, we got some battle damage. Got the bat symbol. You can see how it's a little beat up. The weathering from. So his cowl is very cool. This is a very cool Batman. The artist went for a very realistic. What would happen if there really was some nutty millionaire out there who was dressing up as a bat, and what would that suit look like? And that's what's kind of cool about this. This is basically armor here. It's a lot of padding in the suit. It's not just muscles. It's you can tell it's cavalier. If you and so it's a very realistic suit and very nice. I'm surprised that it didn't sell out. Well, it hasn't sold out yet on Sideshow site. There's only 750 of the exclusive, which I'm going to show you right now. Which this is one of the regular heads. It comes with 3 different heads. Talking about the head real quick, really well sculpted. They look great. I prefer this one and the exclusive head to the other regular one, and I'll show you that one in a minute. But let's show you the exclusive head here for a second. So let me take this one off. So there's the exclusive head, the Wolverine head, Berserker Rampage Batman. A lot of battle damage, as you can see. But again, really well sculpted, really well painted. The mouth looks really good. It's kind of hard to pick up. Yeah, let me see if I can bring it around here. Let's see if we can see it a little better. So, really well done. The paints are good. They're not like anything like overly special, to be honest with you. They're really well done. The lines are all done well and everything else. But it's like a really good paint job that if that Sideshow would do. I mean, I looked at pictures of the Arkham Knight Batman that people got, their videos and stuff like that, and that face. I don't know if it was just the videos or the pictures, but that almost looked like a real skin, like looked like a Hot Toys almost, poly resin or whatever it is that they use, the plastic or whatever they use to make the face look real. This is sculpted in polystone, as far as I can tell. I mean, yeah, that's polystone. So it still has that, painted polystone look. Having said that, I'm fine with it. Anyway, this is the other regular head. I really have no use for this one. I mean, it's nice, it's okay. I just think the other two, especially with a pose, the other two heads just fit it perfectly because he's in a fighting, I'm about to kick your butt mode, and so the other two heads just work best. The clenched teeth, that's my favorite one. I just think he just really looks cool there. But I really like the Berserker Wolverine one too, and I will definitely be displaying it with that also. Um, I really like everything about this piece. I have again no complaints except that he's third scale. I kind of opened up saying, oh, I wouldn't be honest if I said I was perfectly happy. I mean, I am perfectly happy with everything it is, except that it is 1/3 scale. And due to the fact that it's 1/3 scale, it costs more money than I would care to spend on a statue for most of the time. 950 or whatever it was is pretty expensive for a statue. Is this worth 950? I guess if Deadpool's going to be $700, then absolutely this is worth 950. But I don't think the new Deadpool's worth $700. But that's just my personal opinion. 950. I would say this should be about a $700 piece. Personal opinion. I mean, everything's done real well. Everything's really good. Forgot to show you. These are magnetized. They come off, where his gloves are. He has a extra hand here where you can see that he doesn't have the battering. This one does have the battering, which I think looks real cool. I love his gauntlets here. Look how they look. They're coming like out of the glove. That's one of my favorite pieces things that you kind of don't see with the piece because of the way it's posed and everything. I love how that looks. I think that looks awesome. And yeah, there's my beat up chair there. So I just think that looks absolutely phenomenal. But again, you don't really see it because of the pose it's in. But anyway, it's really well done. I'm happy with it. I'm got to figure out a way. I mean, it's good posed here right now, but I got other pieces coming. And I'm running out of room. I kind of want to get rid of my Bestas because they just kind of take up space and annoy me a little bit. I want to put up some other shelves. Got my Jaws closet. That's not going anywhere. So it's just, it's just getting kind of hard to figure out where to display these things. I might lower these shelves and then he could go on top of that shelf. Maybe I could put my comic characters over there and put my movie characters over on the other side. I don't know yet. But anyway, it's just getting kind of difficult to figure out where to put things. So I can't take any points away from it from being for being 1/3 scale. I mean, that's what it's advertised as. That's what you're getting, and so I've got no complaints really there, except that my own wishes would be this would be a perfect Batman 1/4 scale. As many of you know, I love the Batman modern age premium format, which I did a review for. I think it's phenomenal. And I really love it. And for the longest, and it's like my favorite Batman statue. This is very close. I think this one kills the original premium format. And I like the original premium format. I like the modern age better, and this one, boy, modern age in this. I mean, that kind of fills my need as far as Batman's go. But they got a Jim Lee coming also from Hush, and I could be tempted to get that in the Jim Lee Superman. So maybe this guy will get a couple partners to share a shelf with. I don't know. But it's really well done. I would say that the sculpt and presentation is definitely a 10 out of 10. This is an eye catcher. Looks really cool. Um, Great pose. I love the pose. I love the fact you can do things with the cape. I think the cape just gives it a very exotic look, very flowing, dynamic. Dynamic is the word I was looking for, not exotic. Dynamic, very dynamic look. Uh, so I'd definitely say the sculpt and the pose and everything. That's 10 out of 10. The paints, I guess, are 10 out of 10. It's a very basic, black and gray, and everything else. The face is done very well. The teeth are done well. The eyes are done well. So 10 out of 10 with the paint. It's just kind of a basic paint. It's not real complicated or anything. The belt does look really cool. Everything looks good. I mean, I cannot I cannot find a fault with this piece. It's definitely 10 out of 10. I mean, the only faults I would say is it is black and white. So that's a little can be a little drowning. With the no color. Kind of you lose a little detail almost with when you don't see it doesn't have color and stuff like that. But not a fault of the piece because it's based on the artist's work and that's what it looks like. So really, really good job, Prime One. I'm looking forward to seeing other pieces. This is by far right now my favorite Batman that I've seen because of the pose. Just takes it to that next level. That's if I was to have one complaint about Prime One, it's all the museum poses they use. The Frank Miller Batman's coming out. That one's pretty unique. The pose is a little bit different. Still museum based, but he's so beat up and everything that it takes it to a different level than the Arkham Bats that they've released so far. I think this one's far and away better than the Arkham Bats, but I'm just not a big fan of that suit, and so this one takes the cake there. So really nice piece, 10 out of 10, really all the way around. The only thing that would maybe make me not keep this in my collection is the size, and boy, it'd be tough to get rid of. But so and this is one of those pieces I bet you I like more and more. I mean, when I first got it set up, I was a little disappointed. Then I walked away from the room, listened to some of the new Metallica album. Came back like an hour and a half later. Came in the room and says, "Whoa, that looks really cool." So it's one of those pieces I think that will grow on me and just get cooler as time goes on. So anyway, I'll be back with some more reviews. So talk to you guys later, and hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.